Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hey.
Is this Beyond Meat?
No. But it is vegan. We'll talk about what it is later, babe. Honey, how y'all doing? It is Fridays with Tab and Chance, but we need an intro.
Do I need to wait before I
Babe,
start?
yeah, you got to wait. Cause not you ready to eat vegan nachos. Cause you right excited, look good, don't it? Honey, y'all.
I'm hungry.
Look at you. You gonna do right? Or we gonna act right today? Y'all, Chance got jalapenos on his because he like jalapenos. A little spicy.
You put onions on it though.
Babe, it ain't onions, it's pico de gallo. You eat around them. Babe, not yet though.
What's that right there? Is that pico de gallo or is that an onion?
It's inside of the pico de gallo, babe.
Onion.
Hey, welcome to Fridays with Tab and Chance.
How y'all doing?
I was just saying we need an intro, babe. Got to do an intro because, like, when Choice came up with welcome to Very Good Mondays, when we do Very Good Mondays, and then when I do come on in the room, when I'm doing my live cooking, I sing come on in the room. So now we need something for Fridays with Tab and Chance. What we gonna do?
Let's see. Don't know.
We don't know.
Let's see. I probably come back to it after we eat.
We'll come back to it. Well, welcome.
My brain ain't fired up yet. So now let's try.
Hey, we gotta tell the people about it first. Okay, y'all. So y'all know Chance is almost vegan. He is not vegan. My husband still eats fish and chicken. And so, but he does eat vegan. About, 3-4 days a week? I don't make you eat it, but I cook it for you.
You see, you got it. You don't make me eat it.
I cook it for you and it's good, and so you enjoy it, babe. Why is your hand still on the nacho, babe? So anyway, I made today, as you can see, Exhibit A here. Nachos, babe. If you eat it,
babe, they can look at your plate.
No, we got
Why
to say
we gotta
say the grace and everything. We gotta pray too. So I got some vegan nachos with light life ground crumbles that I seasoned up myself with black beans and corn, with guacamole, salsa, pico de gallo, and some vegan cheese that I made.
And a whole lot of onion.
But it ain't onion, it's just pico de gallo in there, and you can just see it. But just eat around it, and you probably won't even taste it because it's good.
Onions.
So anywho, let us pray. Okay, let us do that. Would you like to pray?
Oh yeah, I pray.
Because you probably need to.
Yeah, I pray.
Keep it up.
Lord, thank us for this food.
Yes,
thank
God.
you for this food. Thank you for the hands that made it.
Thank you.
Let it be good to our body.
Yeah.
And our taste buds.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes. But, well, baby, sure ain't giving no time. This is your first time even having this. You let it sit for a little bit too long. It might have been a little cold. What you think?
Which meat is this?
This is light life.
That's pretty good.
It's good, right? Honey, it is good.
Man, so I wish we had something to drink.
Oh, I forgot to bring the drinks. I'll get them in a second.
That's pretty good, man.
Ain't it good? You know, it ain't taste no onion.
Because I ain't bit of onion. I got to eat around it.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got to eat around it, baby.
You always put so much on here.
So much what, babe?
of everything.
Babe, I've tried to, if I give you a little plate, you say it ain't enough. You gonna eat the rest later.
20 years. 20 years. You know how
Man,
much my portions need to be, Tabitha.
you be don't you always be trying to gain weight and tell me, babe, I ain't eating enough, babe. I ain't eating enough this week, babe. Man, I got on the scale that ain't look right. Don't tell your business. Oh, you don't want to? Lord, I done cut Donna off. Let me sit back.
Okay, so
So,
what we talking about today? You
hold
said-
your mute. Let me get a napkin, and I might get you something to drink.
Look at all these onions. I don't like onions. I don't like lima beans, black-eyed peas.
Hold
your mute,
baby. Be on your best behavior.
When I was little, my mom used to make me eat that stuff. So, I'm grown. I ain't eating it now. Nope. I don't care what kind of seasoning you get with it. I don't care how long you let it cook in a crock pot. Don't matter. That just means it's an overcooked lima bean. It's just a soft onion when you fry it. I don't care what kind of onion it is. It's disgusting.
What you talking about? Here. Baby.
Man.
Who you talking about?
Nothing.
Because I know.
Just talking about how much I appreciate this meal you made for me, man.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were saying?
Talking about after all these years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Put your cup over there. Over there, baby, so they can please still see your plate.
Boy.
Okay. So, we got a lot of requests from y'all for topics for Tab and for Fridays with Tab and Chance. One topic is, I guess, for Chance. We let Chance talk a little bit more today.
No, she ain't. Y'all know by now.
Somebody asked, or many of you asked, Chance, what is it like being married to your wife?
That's a setup question for whoever that person is.
You're beautiful.
It is amazing
Amazing.
being married to my wife.
No, so real question. What is it like being married to a dreamer who has always been a very free spirit, who's always been pursuing acting and all that jazz? Like, they want to know, what is it like for you from your point of view?
It's a roller coaster. It's not one answer.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on, like everything else in life, what's going on during these dreams, during these highs and these lows. When you're married to somebody like my wife, somebody who's in the entertainment world, which can be, it can be, she get a lot of, in the beginning, she was getting a lot of doors shut in her face. Now, me wanting to be a supporter, I believe in my wife. I think she's the greatest thing ever. So when she's coming home and she's telling me, after numerous auditions, after numerous rejections, after a number of no's, that she still wants to pursue this, it can be inspiring. One day. Next day, it can be
Frustrating.
it can be frustrating. It really depends on what, where you at and what you're going through in your life. There's been times where I'm like, I don't know how she do it. I would have threw the towel in a long time ago. But you know, I guess it doesn't always pertain solely to her career, how she dreams. She dreams in a whole different way, you know, just in regards to her outlook on life. It has a very positive foundation, which too, you guys know my wife and you love her, right? But imagine being with somebody who's constantly like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Your car just broke down. Oh, you ain't got no way to work tomorrow. Oh, our bank account is almost on zero. On zero.
In the negative.
It's gonna be okay. Imagine getting fired, right? With 2 kids and little education, and you already robbing Peter to pay Paul. And well, her response being, well, God already told me he gonna take care of us. Refrigerator empty. And somebody saying to you, it's gonna be okay, right? That taps back into her optimistic dreamer mind frame. Now,
my belief system.
her belief, right? Now, a lot of you know, I don't know. I don't know what you think, but I've lived it. And I wish that I could sit right here and a lot of y'all say, oh my God, it's been the greatest thing.
Oh, we don't want you to lie, baby.
It's been the greatest. Nah, it can become frustrating. It can become, what's the word? Repetitive. It can become, it can actually make
discouraging.
Yeah, it can actually make you start to question your own faith. Because you start to say, man, what he saying to you that he ain't saying to me? What's going on inside your head? What feelings you getting that I ain't getting, and what am I doing wrong, right? So it really just depends on where you at in your life. It has also played a very positive role. You know, her being a dreamer. I can come home and not believe in myself, in something that I'm pursuing. I can be, you know, trying to pursue something outside of my immediate career, within my career. And listen, my wife, from the very beginning of our relationship, I honestly believe if I would have came home and said, hey, I want to be an astronaut.
You could be an astronaut.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm talking about. That she would have.
We could have did it. You could have.
She would have
Be the astronaut.
not only told me I could be the astronaut, but tomorrow when I woke up, I would have had a dang suit laid out.
I'd have probably
Hey, listen.
eBay. It looked up.
Hey, babe, I looked it up. NASA is looking for black men in
Between
your
the ages
age.
of 20.
Yeah. This is how she has been, and what was attractive to me as a young man.
Listen, we can do it.
Yeah, she is not the person to bring up something if you ain't serious about it in terms of, you know, pursuing it.
Don't tell me what you want to do, and then I don't see you doing it. I'm like, now didn't you say you wanted to do?
Yeah, so
I'm the one you want on your team, though, babe.
Yeah, but
that's what I think. That's what makes us work.
That's what makes us work.
Because of balance.
It does. I think more so, and I just think I joke a lot of times about our childhoods being different. They weren't that different. But I think too much in reality and what I see. She can see beyond that first layer of what's present right there in the face. But she has taught me how to see beyond what's right there in my face. And I would like to say that we've met each other, right? I appreciate it now. You know, it has been trying. You know, you got to think
Absolutely.
too when you are as young as we were, as young as we are, with the responsibilities that we have, coming from where we come from, which is a very small city where they don't see this kind of thing happening too often, or just the idea of moving away, or something simple as getting on a plane.
Yeah. A lot of folk back home in our family, they don't like flying.
No, they ain't flying.
Never flown and ain't gonna fly. That's what mom told me.
That stuff is,
Yeah.
even though when I met her at a young age and I saw that she thought differently, and I'm like, man, this girl crazy, but I like it. Like, this girl, she talking about just going with really no plan. I'm a little scared, but
We'll pick it out when we get
it's
there.
I don't know how I'm gonna tell my mama this, but I'm gonna tell her, like, Mom, I'm gonna roll with this girl.
I'm thankful for you, babe. You done held on and you hung in there with me throughout all this time. But I had been telling you for the last 20 years, the Lord had already done told me we're gonna be all right. However, that does not mean that I don't get discouraged sometimes, or there are not days where I question, like, what in the world, like, what's going on? Not the way my faith is set up these days, but early on, I would sometimes get a little discouraged as well. But the majority of the time, I've always been a believer. And no matter what it is you believe, if you can just fix your mind on something.
You told a story the other night about how you were asleep and you said you heard God's voice, right?
Yeah.
He woke you up.
Tell me when
right?
you interrupted me.
Yeah, babe, listen, don't do that.
I just want to make sure it's the same story.
So look, she tells, you know.
But maybe some of the people didn't hear that story.
Well, this is my short version of the story.
What happened?
So, go to sleep like any other night. She wake up, she different. She's sitting on the side of the bed.
I woke up and
This my story.
You wasn't even in there.
This my story. This my story. So she say, "Are you good?" You know, she's not. God spoke to me. God told me, in short, that I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing this, and He's gonna send me a message, right? So I'm kind of like,
today.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
I prayed. I asked God to send me a message today because I need it today. No, I don't need it. I need it today.
Look.
Now, remember, this is how many years ago? 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
This is why we moved to California.
Yeah, this is why we moved to California, right? Now, keep in mind, we had already been to California and had to go back home because we weren't prepared, and we was, struggling. We was young and struggling. And we came out here and we had kind of got our legs under us, right? In Greensboro, North Carolina. So I'm like, yeah, you sure that's what he said? Yeah, we've been out there already, man, and listen, that
but we weren't in the right place.
That rent, man, that traffic, boy, I'm trying to tell you.
And we got this little baby.
And we got a baby now. So you sure that's what he said? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, how did he say it? Tell me, because sometimes it takes a second pair of ears to be able.
I heard
and
the
she
voice
said,
like the sound of thunder rolling. That's how loud it was. It shook my room. It shook my bed.
Well,
It made my skin feel
what
like it was burning.
And what I took for that is,
It was loud and clear.
You sure that won't just regular thunder? And did you put some lotion on? Because maybe you itching because you didn't put on no lotion.
Really? That's how you.
I think I thought a little different.
But that you did now.
But
ain't I always been connected? Haven't I always dreamt things? Haven't I always heard things? And have I been wrong?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm glad that came up.
I'm just saying. Here we are.
What's very important is that I want you guys to. I'm glad we came across this. Is it necessary for your partner's faith or your journey with your spiritual journey to be
the same?
The same, or
I don't think.
Let me see. How do I put this? Like your connection seemed to be a little bit stronger, right?
Well, we also got to look at. I was raised in the church, and you wasn't.
Right. Exactly.
And that's a lot of people. A lot of people are raised one way, and we all are raised differently. That doesn't make us right nor wrong. Okay. So whatever the.
So I think that's where. I think that's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that he was speaking to you in a way that I was unfamiliar with. So it was like foreign territory and a foreign language.
Well, that was my first time, so it was a little foreign to me too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But
in hearing it that way.
So that's where my questions came from. Not that I did not want to be supportive or that I wasn't a dreamer. But my reality and the things that I had been witness to. Wait a minute.
You just said.
Wait a minute.
I was just picking up the tomato that you dropped.
Yeah, you told me to talk to these people. You ate your food.
I'm still eating it. Babe, I was just picking up.
You made me lose my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying.
So it wasn't that you were not a dreamer.
Yeah.
Right, and you had been through a whole lot, babe.
Yeah, so I was a little doubtful. And a little concerned as a young parent.
Yeah.
Which made it very difficult, which made it put a strain on our relationship because what we haven't shared is that we can laugh about it now, but hey, we were at odds.
A lot.
In regards to, hey, we going, we staying, and I was more so towards staying. Because I wanted a sure thing for my kids. And I was at a point where I was like, nah, I done made my mistakes by me. And I'm not going to extend those where they are held against my kids or my kids can be burdened by my mistakes. But gladly I went along with it because then I didn't look at the other side of that. By me living in fear, I could have taught them to live in fear. I could have done what I think a lot of our family back home, that same fear with getting on that flight. As simple as something as getting on a flight.
Or moving from your hometown.
Yeah, or moving from it. Or as simple as buying your own home. It's a lot, But I'm glad I did because now 15, 16 years later, just to see how God works and that a lot of the stuff that, somebody was saying, it did.
Who was saying it?
Don't make this about you.
I'm just saying. I just want to know who you was talking about.
Don't.
So you saying that a lot of the things that somebody had told you came to pass.
Okay, so I answered that question. What else do they want to know?
Well, babe, I'm thankful because I do know that I am a very particular personality. I am a very strong woman. Okay, my daddy and my mama But that onion was not bothering you. Raised me very much so to be strong-minded. And I pride myself on being able to not be a follower, but be a leader and be responsible for myself. You know, my dad, he did a whole lot of talking to me. And he instilled in me.
Yeah, y'all talk. You and your dad?
He instilled in me that leadership mentality and to follow my dreams, even though he had not finished high school. He's a factory worker, still is, but now is very successful, has a barbershop and still works at the factory. My dad is amazing. But I took it so serious. I was like, I can't fail him or my mom. Like I got to show them they've done a good job. So I have to be who I am. Like I got to be real about what I hear, what I see when I dream it, and I got to tell the truth, whether somebody believes me or not, or if anybody believes me or not. But because of that, I'm a big personality. I'm a very strong personality. So when I feel strongly about something, ain't no changing it. Okay? When I know what I've heard and seen, when I heard God speak to me and he said, this is not the life I planned for you. And we was living in Greensboro, North Carolina on Yanceyville Street in our little house. And we was doing well. We was both working. We were doing well at that time.
I think I had already got fired.
Yeah, but you had got fired, but you was over at Oakwood Homes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we was doing well.
That ain't when I got laid off.
No, baby. See, you don't even remember.
It was hard out there.
But yeah, it's when we was at the house. Remember, we was at the house. Choice was born. You was at Oakwood.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Man, when I look back on it, boy, that thing look like,
woo. Listen, when I heard that voice, I got on my knees and I prayed. And because I had never heard it that loud.
You right. I remember I used to talk to Michelle at work.
Yeah.
Belvin.
Yeah, Michelle Belvin, yes. But I literally...
Like, man, my wife crazy.
Yeah, you thought I was crazy, but you believe me now. I'm telling you, I literally heard that voice and I got on my knees. I said, Lord, if this is you, I need a sign today because I think I'm going crazy. Because you got to also remember, I had stopped dreaming for years because we had a baby. We were working, we were in Greensboro. And our original plan when we left California the first time was to come back and stay for 1 year, save up our money, and then move back to Los Angeles so that we could really pursue life in LA and I could really pursue acting. And that 1 year plan turned into 5 years, now kids and jobs, responsibility, house, just so much stuff going on and so far away from being able to pursue a dream. I literally had convinced myself that, oh man, I'd have missed out. I don't need me even thinking about that no more. So when I heard that voice, I was like, oh wow, this is like God telling me, oh no, you still got work to do. This ain't the life that I designed for you. And not that nothing was wrong with the life. It's just not what he had planned. And I remember I even told somebody, your career is in LA too. You was like, ain't nothing for me in LA.
You ain't got to do that.
That's what you say. Ain't nothing for me out there.
You ain't got to
Man, I'm doing good. I got the studio in the house.
Stay positive.
I got the studio in the house. Man, we got this baby, man. My daughter, man, we can't do this. I was like, babe, but what I tell you, you can stay. We can even stay married. But I'm going to have to fly back and forth. She was going to leave
me. Now, she said, I'm going.
But I would come back. I said, I'd fly back and forth. Look, honey, broke is a joke. How in the world is we going to fly back and forth? But that's how strongly I felt about it because, honey, ain't nothing like when you hear confirmation.
Peter said, hey, Paul, you hear her talking about flying back and forth? Don't she owe you some money? Because she robbed me. No, Peter and Paul said, hey, I wish she would.
I say all that to say, I thank you for trusting me. Thank you for hanging on in there with me.
All right, let me clear something up.
What?
Okay. it didn't have a whole lot to do with trust.
It didn't.
It didn't have a whole lot to do with trust.
It had a whole lot to do with trust, too bad.
Listen. Do you want this or not, woman?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and tell me what. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Brown. Tell me what it had to do with.
Love.
Well, yeah, I know you. Or loving.
Nope. Love. Get your mind out the
Because
gutter.
I'm so loving.
I loved you so much that I did not want you. I did not want to be a part of killing your light. So, let her go. Let her spread her wings. That's why I said, okay. That's why I said, all right, well, trust is something that is built with me it is. Didn't have a whole lot to do with trust. I could trust you to be you, right?
So you didn't trust my dream. You didn't say.
No, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I loved you enough to follow you. I loved you enough to say I owe it to her because we haven't failed, right? We haven't failed at anything, right? We had come to LA one time before, and I didn't look at that.
LA was in Orange County,
right? I didn't look at that as a failure because we never made it to where we wanted to be. It was something that
we didn't get to pursue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our legs were cut out. So I didn't look at that as a failure, right? However, when we went back, everything that happened, it didn't have anything to do with you, and you were always consistent. So I could trust you to be you. I could trust you to love. I could trust you to be optimistic. In some of the biggest storms of my life, I could trust you to always have something positive to say, kind words. I could trust you with that. But in terms of moving to LA and to pursuing what you wanted to do and trusting in you that it would come to pass, at that point in my life, it had nothing to do with trust. It had everything to do with, I love this woman and I want her to be happy. And I'm not going to be a part of dimming the light. That's what it was. So if that meant, all right, we're gonna go out here and make it work. That's why I was so hell bent on. I gotta get a job as soon as I get here. And you're like, nah, man, you should try modeling. You should do. And I'm like,
Yeah, wouldn't he be a good model?
You should try to do this.
You should have did that.
She would always say, yeah, you know
you can still model.
Yeah.
It's model.
Tab, listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It didn't have nothing to do with trust. It had nothing to do with trust. It had everything to do with love. That's how much I love you, and that's what I loved about you from the beginning. So it's like, all right, I love her this much to go with her, and if we're gonna and if she's gonna fail, I'm gonna be there because I love her to help her get back up and do what she's doing, to keep pursuing it. Because my kids need to see at least one of us dreaming and having that kind of faith. Now, over years of being with this woman, of course, some of that sprinkled onto me. And after seeing it now, I trust you more, right? But it's a healthy balance, I think.
But you've always trusted me. I'm not saying it had anything to do with trust, but
no, I trust you.
Right, but this is the thing.
I'm talking about trust in the sense of that's why.
No, it's definitely
willing to follow.
The root is always love.
Yeah,
it's always love.
Because even then, I'm like, man, this woman, God, this girl, crazy.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna do this again.
And we moved out here, and he fell all the way out with me. Tell the truth, how you acted ugly when you didn't like the apartment that I had picked out. Oh, let's talk about flying. Let's talk about that.
Wait a minute. You just took a nasty turn.
No, I didn't take a nasty. I just want them to know because I don't want them to think that it was
all. I love you, and you did like this.
Yeah, because
like
no, babe, I love you, and I'm so thankful for you. I need people to know because it ain't been perfect.
Okay, well.
And sometimes even when you love somebody so much as he does me,
don't you dare.
And as I do him.
Tab. I know you ain't trying to mock me, woman.
No, babe, I'm serious, babe.
All right, go
Even
ahead.
in that love, which is why I kept saying, but did you trust me? Because he didn't really trust. He didn't really trust. There was a time that when we made the decision, because in order for Chance to have said yes, he said, in order for us to go, we got to plan it. And I said, all right.
I got to plan everything.
We got to plan. He's a planner. And thank God, because I used to not be a planner. I used to be super free spirit, honey. If I think of it today, let's do it tomorrow. Like, let's go. And he said, we got to save up enough money and we got to plan it out. And I said, okay. He's like, that's the only way we're going to be able to go back. I was like, all right, let's do it. We took, 9 months and saved up our money, planned it to move to California.
We saved $8,800.
So, yeah. So, in back then, somebody didn't like flying, okay? And I said, well, babe, we got to go to California to see what kind of apartments or where we're going to be living. He was like, you can go out there by myself, babe. So because somebody was afraid of flying,
terrified,
would have to get on the airplane by myself.
I mean,
with an apartment guide, because back then that's what you had. That's all it was. Apartment guide and a Thomas guide, which is a map, one of GPS, to go and find apartments that I had looked up on, in the book or, whatever. So, and I think back then too, we did have the internet, so I would maybe print out like the MapQuest for my directions and stuff. But I had to do that by myself because he was afraid to fly.
Because of what? What we said earlier.
Because of what you said earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But now you'll jump on a plane now, though.
I ain't driving nowhere.
But
that took a few years.
Now that baby don't even want to drive to Vegas. Be like, baby, we just fly on out there. I'm like, oh.
But I'm a product of my mom, my family, and the environment that we come from.
And even your mama jump up on a plane now.
Hey,
man.
I mean, but
yeah. But I say all that to say, I would have to come back and forth out here by myself. Found an amazing place. Honey, it was in Baldwin Hills. And that was around the time the show was out. Baldwin Hills, the TV show. I was like, ooh, this is the Black Beverly Hills. Oh my God.
This is what I'm talking about.
Babe.
Positive.
Babe, I done found this amazing place, babe.
Freeze, my turn. Babe,
no,
so freeze, my turn. So we moved from Greensboro, North Carolina.
To Baldwin Hills.
My turn. So we lived, and anybody who want to go and check it, you can go by there and check it. We lived off of let me finish. We lived off of Yanceyville, very close to Pisgah Church.
3804 Yanceyville.
3804 Yanceyville.
I don't think it's there anymore.
It may not be, but let me just tell you, not that one is better. It's different, and it was very shocking. So we had a 4-bedroom house with about 2 acres of land. Starting there, okay? Our house was probably what, 1,800 square feet, maybe?
I don't think it was that big, babe.
Okay, 4 bedrooms.
Well, it was 3 bedrooms. It was just a bonus room in the back.
My bad. 3 bedrooms and a bonus room.
It was only 1 bathroom.
I see what you're doing. We had about 2 acres of land, right?
But it wasn't ours. Hold
on. We was renting it. No, wait a minute.
We've been talking for a long time.
We was renting this place for $650 a month. Okay.
I found that.
Wait a minute.
I found that house.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
I was pregnant.
So then we move over here, and she's telling me about Baldwin Hills. And at the time, they had a reality show, and you see these people on Baldwin Hills. And I am envisioning what I see. I'm a product of where I'm from, right? So I'm looking at, okay, I need to see things. And I saw it, and she made...
I showed you the pictures.
Freeze. She made the reference of, we live in Baldwin Hills. Baldwin Hills reality show. Oh, man, these are nice houses.
Well, you knew
wait a minute, freeze. So we come over here. When we get here, right? I said, man, we driving. I'm looking at the neighborhood. I'm like, well, okay, there's a different kind of element. Not a little different. Not bad. Not one that's, just different from what I was accustomed to. Right? So we pull up to the apartment. No, forgot a very important part.
Oh, Lord.
Now, any of y'all that seen Baby Boy with Tyrese in it, there is a point in the movie where he is at a place called the Liquor Bank. At the Liquor Bank.
Why is he hitting on the table?
Because that's bringing back memories.
Oh, my Lord.
As we're driving to our new apartment, I look over and I say, man, that's the Liquor Bank that Tyrese was in Baby Boy.
Oh my God, so that's amazing. We are in a street where the movies are made. That's amazing.
The only problem is it looked just like the movie. The element was just like the movie. When we turned. So I said, so we turn and we go to our apartment. Lord. First thing I notice is, and if you are from the South, you're gonna know exactly what I mean when I say this. Or you're gonna go, We pull up and there's bars on the window.
But we had never had bars on the windows.
We had never had. So they know that because they know. I'm telling them, like, look, this is why I had an issue.
But in some neighborhoods,
I got a 3-year-old
in North Carolina, they needed the bars on the window.
No.
They should have had them on the window.
Probably on Lewis Street, but we was like that. But look, so we pull up. We was paying $650, 2 acres, 3-4 bedrooms. Beautiful home. Hold on, beautiful home.
It was
we pull up to this apartment, and there's about 30,000 stairs to ours.
51.
And it costs us $1,500 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment.
You were in Los Angeles.
It took me a minute. You got it. I'm a product of my mama, of where I'm from. So that is why I had a problem. As anybody else.
You done moved us to the hood. You done moved us out here to the hood. They got bars on the windows. It's right off of Crenshaw. Man, you done moved us to the hood. I was like, babe, it's not the hood.
Look like the hood to me. The Liquor Bank, bars on the window.
See, that's what happened.
30,000 stairs. But this is clear
right
apartment.
here. You see what you're saying? This is exactly why
certain
people. No. See, this is what happens when people look at TV and they only think and believe what they see because they have not ventured out into the world.
Hey, but then what happened?
But then what happened? We lived there for 5 years and you loved it.
Yeah, that apartment was good to us.
You loved it.
But I stressed for the first
6 months, honey.
No, I stressed for about the first year.
But
and I would not.
He didn't trust me. I said, babe, this is a good place. Now, mind you, from where we live, our balcony, you can look at all the big houses across.
Oh, you want to do that?
You can look at it. Because it was called View Park. That's what the Baldwin Hills is called. View Park, where all the big houses are on the hill.
Watch this.
So where
we
park, we can see the view.
So where we if you look this way, you see View Park, what she talking about.
You couldn't even see the other way. Hold
on. Because I know a lot of people gonna know this movie right here. Y'all know Training Day?
Where he goes down
where he said we go in there and then he put that gun down there and he do the King Kong, they ain't got it on me. Remember that? That was in the backyard.
It wasn't in the back, baby. It was down the block.
She ain't telling you.
It was a couple blocks down.
Look, you mess around and make a wrong turn.
But listen, but Choice went to the best school. The best preschool ever at Maranatha Church.
So,
honey, my baby, and it was right there by the jungle. Honey, now I did have to learn that I was not in North Carolina anymore because there was many days that I came out and people trying to open my door with my car. I said, oh, wait a minute. And you had to be buzzed in at the church to get in. I did adjust and have to know, like, oh, you got to just be a little bit more careful. But she was smart as a whip, super smart. And they were amazing. And it was a lot of culture. And it was a lot of culture. We learned stuff we never knew.
It was different from where we coming from. One day I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna tell y'all the story.
Yeah, not today though, because
I'm gonna tell y'all the story
about
long
enough.
The hot sauce and how. Yeah, that's a whole different story. How I had to get caught up on LA in a matter of seconds.
I said all that to say you didn't trust me in the beginning. You didn't trust my judgment.
But I loved you.
But you know now. I would never put my family in a position to be hurt, in a position to not win. Right?
I knew that then.
Yeah, but no, you didn't, because you talked to me like I was somebody you just met and they took y'all and threw you in a shelter. You done put us in here. We got bars on the window. I said, babe, everybody got bars. It's just kind of how they do it in this area and stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's how you said it? You gonna make me out to be like I'm
I was
there.
like, but babe, everybody,
You were so...
everybody has bars on the windows. I just really wish you would just try to
okay,
give
Tina.
it a chance.
All right, Tina.
Nah, but we argued a lot. We've argued and fussed so much in them first couple of years, and we went through a whole lot. My mama got sick right after we moved here.
Yeah.
And so we went through a whole lot. But to go back to what he said, I would always say, it's going to work out though, babe.
Always.
And I ain't just say it. I believed it.
Always.
I believed it.
It used to give me, it used to I used to draw concern from her optimism. From her. Now, I have to have it. Like, I'm like, yo, there'll be days when I leave my job, or there'll be days when I'm just taxed. I'm like, hey, I need to go see my wife. I want to be in the presence of my wife, because that one thing that I was attracted to as a young man is my peace. Don't matter whether I believe it or not. Don't matter. Don't matter. I'm like, hey, I need to be with my wife, because in that moment that I'm with her, it's true. I don't care what happens, whatever it is, I know I'm getting my wife.
Wow.
Don't matter. Don't matter if it's true.
You love me.
Don't matter. Yeah, I love you. I told you I love you a long time ago, woman. I told you. I got dealing with all this if I ain't love you.
Dealing with all what?
Stay focused.
Dealing with all what? You got like...
Put too much onions in here, babe.
Babe, it is not any onions in there. You need a fork though, cause
I can't eat no more of this.
Oh, you done got food?
Yeah.
What you doing?
It's soggy.
That's cause you just sat there and let it sit. You see mine? I didn't sit there. You was doing all that talking.
What? You asked me to come here and talk to you.
I don't be doing all that. So anyway, y'all, I guess we can wrap it up. Hope y'all got it and understand. That had like a pillow. Now look at Donna. Mm-hmm. Donna said, lay your head on my afro, daddy, because it's flat on one side. So that's it. Hope y'all understood it. Hopefully we won't too all over the place. And send your requests. The next thing that we might talk about, you have to tell me hot sauce story the next time.
The hot sauce?
Honey, because
I don't know if that's a lighter story. It's just a funny little story.
It is a funny story, but hey, I was right.
Right about what?
Us coming to California. Been the best
Man,
decision
you
we
are
ever
so
made.
petty.
I just wanted to be going back on the record to just let you know, because you acted you just made me remember how you acted such a fool when we moved out here. But wasn't I right, babe? Don't you have a
I wouldn't
career?
necessarily say right. I wouldn't say right. It ain't about being right.
It ain't about being right, but the Lord was right. He spoke to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said,
you know, in a way, he spoke to me too.
Yeah, because see,
he made me uncomfortable.
Well, this is what happens, and we're gonna end on this. Sometimes when you partner it up, okay, if he can't get to you, he'll go through your partner, because some people are not ready to hear his voice.
Oh, you trying to say I wasn't ready to hear it?
No, you won't, because babe, you would have probably shot the house up.
I was like, man, say
babe,
something to me.
If you had heard the voice I heard, you probably would have shot the whole entire house up looking for somebody.
No, I was like, hey, man.
No, some folk think
I was waiting up at night, like, say something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I ain't hear nothing.
Really? That's what you was doing?
Yeah,
man, if that bed had got to shaking like it did me.
Oh, I'd have got up out that house.
Exactly.
We would have moved that night.
Hey, remember that time we had got into that real bad argument and the house locked us in?
Yeah. I'm scared.
See that's how you know you weren't ready to hear the voice. That right there scared.
You probably right. I don't need that, man. I'm good.
That's a whole nother story, but that happened for real. I I forgot what I was saying, but that's it. Send in your requests. What you think we should talk about next? But we always give you some stories and things and all that good jazz. Tell Chance he know his food was good.
It got soggy.
It's because you was talking.
She put more of the stuff on there than she didn't give me a whole lot of chips. Look, that ain't nothing but all meat.
Baby, chips is underneath.
Yeah, ain't no chips under there. That's all the meat.
No, babe, the chips is underneath, but you done sat there and did all that talking and let it get soggy.
You asked me to talk to these people.
Okay. We thank you for coming. We pray you have the most amazing evening, and honey, this weekend, have a good day. But baby, even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go mess with nobody else's. Him, very good.
No.
Talk to y'all later.
Y'all have a good one.